It's Week 9 of the National Football League, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Eagles and the Ravens. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Ravens in this matchup. Bottom line, there are not many defenses in the league that seem up to the task to slow down their ground game. But this might be one of them, and in everything that they have said and done this week, they feel confident that they're ready.
And I like how you set this whole thing up because it comes down to this to me. These first few carries, they're going to be exciting, they're going to be physical, they're going to be battles. Each side trying to establish control in this game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. Prescott, and this one caught by Travis Kelce. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. An option handoff here to Mixon. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. Prescott now from the 50. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, a chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The Eagles at 3-4 on the year coming into play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
On second down, here's Mitchell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
On second down, here's Mixon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. On third down, Mixon. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
Partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
On side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Second and 3.
They'll run the screen with Mitchell.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
They'll run here with Pierce. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Once more, it's Pierce.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
They'll run for it with Pierce.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Dameon Pierce, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Again, it's Mixon. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
An option handoff here to Mixon.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
They're going right back to Hamler. Second and 6. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And going for Hamler, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2nd and 11. And he wisely will throw that one away. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Back to throw again.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Mixon will try the right side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
An option handoff here to Mixon.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing, Prescott. To Mixon on the check down. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. 3rd and long for Prescott. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. This pass caught by Hamler. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And now here come the Ravens.
And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To throw again on second down. Prescott.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now McManus will line up for the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by McManus is good, and that will knot us up at 10.
Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Miles Sanders, what a game. 3 touchdown runs,
in the victory. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Jalen Hurts, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Davis Mills leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And the first half was not kind to him, and he knows that. 3 interceptions, but still tied, so kind of a clean slate.
I'd say it's a reprieve because ordinarily you throw 3 interceptions, your team should be behind. So he has to be thinking to himself, okay.
He's got a man complete. A big play there for Philly. 43 yards.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that's how you start a drive, because they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Pierce now up the middle.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Pierce.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown.
Dameon Pierce His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win. And
now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game. I absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. An option handoff here to Mixon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Micah Parsons. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
Inside handoff to Mixon. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. On third down, it's Prescott. Buying time to his left. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And out now come the Eagles. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Out of the gun now on third down.
And that one almost intercepted. Well, he's got 2 already, nearly a third, but not to be, and it's fourth down.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives. Prescott stripped, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Problems there on the option and a costly turnover.
Yeah, partner, you know how we watch practice sometimes and we see those drills where the quarterback's running with the football and they're swinging pads at him and the brooms are out and they're trying to poke at the football for ball security. I have a feeling next week there'll be an extra session of that each and every day.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
On the draw, here's Mitchell.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Looking to throw.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
But it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now.
Gonzalez's kick is good.
And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
But I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott, his throw incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal. I got you.
Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's second and goal. They'll drop to throw. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll still have a third and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So with a fourth and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in by Ridley here. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Prescott to throw it. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Prescott. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he will have a Ravens first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Prescott yet again. This goes out wide for Mixon. No gain on the play. And it'll be second down. On the draw, this is Penny. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This time it's 3rd and 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Continues to be a struggle for this offense, and this home crowd, they're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man Hamler, that's complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Second down at 7. Give to Pierce. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Back to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. 51 yards on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Prescott now on 2nd down. Got a man. Now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now a handoff for Pierce. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 45 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll set up a throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. This just a 24-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
So Dak Prescott in the offense. Down by 16. A minute 53 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Here's Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Here's Dak. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Prescott. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Philadelphia, they level their mark at 4-4 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.